Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christine, I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at another glorious slideshow of a network marketer who wished she knew certain things before she joined network marketing. We will take a look what exactly she means. I wish someone told me this about network marketing before I started. Let's get started with this one. Network marketing isn't a side hobby, it's personal development with a compensation plan attached. Who wants that? And network marketing isn't a side hobby, says who? Some people still say it totally depends how much time and effort you want to put into this. So if you want it to be a side hustle or if you want to replace a full-time income, it's totally up to you. You're not just building income if you're building income. If we take a look at income disclosure statements, hardly anybody in MLMs makes money. You're building skills, confidence, and leadership that compound over time. You don't need to join a network marketing company to do that. There are less pricier avenues if you want to build skills, confidence, and if you want to be a leader, you can also experience that. By the way, if you hear background noise, I apologize. I hope that I can filter it out or that you don't hear it that well, but it's extremely noisy in my house today, so I hope that you cannot hear a lot of the background noise. It's been a day today, let's just say it like that. People are extremely noisy today, and I don't appreciate that because every time I want to film, it's getting loud. But back to the slideshow. People are drawn to this model for a reason. It offers leverage instead of linear income, time and location flexibility, uncapped earning potential, ownership without massive overhead. This combination is rare. Well, and it's also a proven combination that doesn't work for most people, because I think most people are not drawn to this model. It is that those who participate in it, they need to make other people believe, and they consistently reach out to tell them there is something really rare. I have this great opportunity for you. Hardly anybody, I would argue, is drawn to this. It is sketchy, it is scammy, people call it a pyramid scheme. But who are the ones who benefit to present this as the rare combination of personal development with a compensation plan attached? It is the people in the company, and they have to be on social media all the time. They have to reach out to other people all the time. And that is why we have posts like this. Most people think the main skill is selling. Selling is a skill. What? It's the post from hell. Most people think the main skill is selling. Selling is a skill, but it's learned through education and action, not thinking about it. Huh? Yeah, but it's then still a skill, and it's the main skill you have to have in an MLM, not just because you sell the products, but predominantly because you sell people on a business opportunity, on hopes and wishes and dreams. Although all of the facts speak against most people in network marketing to be successful, but you gotta sell people on that dream and on that opportunity. You get better by having conversations, making offers, and refining as you go. That doesn't make any sense at all. The deeper skill is leadership. Showing up consistently. You don't have to be a leader. You still have to sell people on the opportunity. Showing up consistently is not exclusive to leadership. Taking responsibility for your results, that's also what you need to do if you're not a leader. Continue before external validation arrives. You could say that's also something you need to do. You need to put in the work, not just because you're a leader. That has nothing to do with leadership. That's where real confidence is built. This business forces an identity shift. You stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a business owner. But you're not a business owner. You're a salesperson, and you have to have more drive to reach out to people, sell, and recruit, because you're not in an employee situation where you trade your time for money. You have to be more self-reliant. You have to be more self-sufficient, but you're still not a business owner. Employees wait for direction. Yeah, but also you have to be the one who gives direction. So depending on what kind of an employee you are, you're also expected to give direction. And the higher up you're in the hierarchy in the corporate world, in the employee work, the more it is expected of you to give direction, to give input, and you also carry more risk. So it doesn't always add up. Owners decide, execute, and refine. Employees also do that. And you're not the owner of a network marketing company. You're a salesperson in an MLM, so you're not an owner. Employee thinking sounds like, tell me what to do, tell me if I'm doing it right, I'll post when I feel confident, I need results first. Tell me you've never worked as an employee without telling me you've never worked as an employee. When you start something newly and you don't have a lot of skills, and maybe you're still in training or you're a junior, you do depend on other people to tell you what you need to do, what your job is, what your task is, what the direction of your doing is going to be in this job. But the more you grow in confidence, in experience, the more years you have to your name in a certain field of expertise, the more it is your job to drive the results. I don't know why we're talking about posting when you're confident, because if you're an employee, why would you post unless you work in social media? And you also have to tell other people what to do, because many employees are expected to give the guidelines, to give the direction. Business says, this is the direction we want to go. These are the goals we have to hit. How do we achieve them? And then it's up to you to tell your team or others in your field of expertise what they have to do. Owner thinking sounds like, this is the plan, I'm running it, I'll improve by doing, I'll lead myself. One of the biggest advantages of network marketing is learning how to operate without certainty. You build trust in yourself before proof. You stay consistent without someone watching. Well, when we're talking about network marketing, there's so many people watching, and you need to hustle all the time because there's very likely somebody yelling at you all the time. It's either corporate on corporate call, you need to do more, sell more, recruit more, your direct upline, their upline, the entire team. There are so many people watching you. You're never alone. You learn to move even when it feels uncomfortable. I'm sure you will be very uncomfortable. That skill transfers everywhere, so it spreads like a disease. If you want results, you have to behave like the person who already has them. Certainty before evidence, discipline over emotion, consistency on ordinary days. Well, the same is true for people who don't run their own businesses, who are employees. If you are a baker and you are employed in a bakery, then you also need to show up every day with discipline over emotion. If it's your job to stand in that kitchen at 3 a.m. to bake the buns, doesn't matter how you feel, you show up and you show that you're disciplined enough to do that regularly. And you have to be consistent on ordinary days. That comparison falls so flat. Identity first, outcome second. No, you still need a certain outcome also in a network marketing company, also as an employee, because your outcome defines if you will stay in a network marketing company. If you're not able to sell the products, if you lose more money, if you're not able to recruit to build a sustainable team in a short period of time, most people will leave. And that's good because it won't happen for them anyway, since most people do not make a profit in network marketing. So you need certain results as well. And MLMs even cater to that more and more because they have more and more incentives for those who newly join network marketing, giving them more bonuses for the people they sell to and they recruit, and giving them rank matching bonuses and all of these things. I have lately been on so many calls, kickoff calls, company calls. That is what they promote so heavily. We need to make sure that the people who newly join stay in longer because so many network marketing companies have lost a lot of their distributors. Certainty is a decision, not a feeling. Most people wait to feel ready. Leaders decide first, then let confidence catch up through action. This is very repetitive. We have a lot of slides here, but we could have cut this into half. Discipline beats motivation every time. Your business responds to reps, daily reps, not sporadic bursts of energy. Consistency compounds faster than intensity. That's a lot of bibbly-bubbly-boo. You also learn discernment, other people's opinions, other people's fears, other people projecting their limits onto your vision. Not every voice deserves influence. That is true, but it is also worth to hear other people's opinions because they can make you, your business venture, your business, or you as an employee and you as a leader, you can be better at what you're doing when you also listen to other people's opinions, other people's fears, and you shouldn't allow others to project their limits onto your vision, but that doesn't mean that you need to cut people out. Listening to other people can be extremely beneficial. Wealthy people think long term. That's a very general statement. Does she have any studies of all of the wealthy people in the world? What are wealthy people? What is the definition? And what does it mean they think long term? They think 5, 10, 15 years in advance. That's a bunch of nothingness. How does she know how wealthy people in general think? That's just a very blatant general statement. They're willing to build skills today to create freedom years from now. They trade short-term validation for long-term optionality. What about wealthy people who are lucky because they won the lottery or because they were born into a really wealthy family, into a powerful family, because they're kind of expected to continue the family dynasty? That doesn't apply. And it also doesn't apply to network marketing. That's what a lot of network marketers would like to make others believe, that, yeah, right now, maybe you don't get paid, maybe you spent a lot of money. It might take you years to get paid in return, and by then you're in debt, incredibly in debt, and you can pretty much go to the poorhouse, but you gotta sit it out, push through another day, another week, because other people depend on you not leaving. That's what I read. Ask yourself these daily questions. What would my 5 to 10 year self do today? You at 5 to 10 years old, or you in 5 to 10 years? How would they show up without proof? What action moves me closer right now? Who do I need to become to step into the version of me that I want to align with? What in the Meghan Markle horrible hell is this post? I mean, come on. This is how identity is built. No, this is how the crazies think. This is nothingness. This is just smoke and mirrors and an inspirational speech / slideshow with no substance at all. What is the meaning of this? It says nothing. Conscious thought and aligned action equals manifestation. You can't think your way to confidence, then why are we manifesting? You move your way into it. No, you also work your way into it. And sometimes people are good at faking confidence until they really have it. I think it's a very complicated process, and people find confidence in many different ways, but typically it comes from yourself. So some people can think their way into confidence. Action collapses fear. What the heck? Repetition builds certainty. No, repetition builds a habit, and that's why you get more practice, and it makes it easier for you to perfect certain skills because you do them regularly. This is bad. This is why people succeed in network marketing. I mean, more power to you if you understood any of the things that were mentioned before. More power to you. This is a Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, inspiring kind of nonsense. I have no respect for that at all. Not because it's easy, no, because it's confusing, but because it develops the exact skills required for freedom. Once again, what's that supposed to mean? What are the exact skills you need for freedom? What are they? Different people, different jobs, different visions need different skills. And what does the freedom look like? More definitions would be nice here, but I guess then it wouldn't be inspirational. Personal development, leverage. I know the show, I liked it. Leadership, not everybody is a leader. And a compensation plan that rewards growth. Every compensation plan in network marketing company rewards growth because you gotta recruit people. That's a given. Most people look at network marketing and judge it from the outside. Good. And there are lots of people who were in network marketing on the inside. They left, and now they also judge it from the outside, which is good. So they're kind of insiders, outsiders. From there, doesn't make sense. I mean, that's incredible. You need to join it to critique it. I also never worked in the banking industry, and I never worked in the insurance industry. I've never been a dentist myself. I never ran a gym myself. I never ran a supermarket myself. But all of these things still make sense. So maybe it is network marketing that simply doesn't make sense. whether you're on the outside, but in that case, you don't benefit and profit people like this who have to post this stuff. So that's why you need to join, spend a little bit of money to then recognize it doesn't make sense. That truly doesn't make sense. What they don't see is that this model isn't just about income. Well, but if it's supposed to make you some money on the side, if it's supposed to give you potentially a side income, a full-time income, or generate this unimaginable wealth, then it is about income. It's about you selling a business opportunity that hopefully makes you rich. Hopefully you're one of the 0 point something percent of people in the company that make hundreds of thousands or millions each and every year. It is about income. But because the income potential in network marketing companies, according to all of the facts, data, and statistics, is so horribly bad, we gotta twist this. There is something more about it. It's about income. If it's supposed to be a business opportunity, then a business should also generate income. It's about leverage. Don't join a network marketing company for that. Leadership. No, if you want to learn how to be a leader, be good at your profession, start to lead a team, you will. If you hear dogs barking now, it's getting better and better. If you want to learn about leadership, you don't need to join a network marketing company either. You can also experience and learn about leadership in every other job that you do as an employee or as a business owner, a true business owner. Don't join an MLM for that. And long-term thinking, and you only do long-term thinking in an MLM, clearly. As an employee, when you truly run your own business outside of network marketing, you've never done long-term thinking. No, because you don't have business plans you need to follow. The company doesn't have certain goals they want to reach, and they're mid to long-term goals. No, long-term thinking is just for MLMers. It teaches you how to lead yourself without a boss. That is something you teach yourself also when you go to school, when you go to university, also when you work in the corporate world. Trust me, I have some experience in that. You also lead yourself without a boss, because sometimes you don't have a boss, or at least not for a certain period of time. Sometimes your boss is not an expert in your field of expertise. And that is why you got to lead yourself. And sometimes you have a lot of flexibility, which also means you lead yourself. You might have a manager, somebody you need to report to, somebody who can support you also within that corporate structure. But that is yet again a very general statement that doesn't apply to most people. Build certainty before evidence. Develop selling skills through action, not theory. You don't need to join an MLM if you want to do that. If you want to be a salesperson, be a salesperson, but then learn how to sell the products as a junior, as an intern, and that way you can actually make good commission in an ethical sales job just by selling products and services, and not a wonky business model where most people lose money. Think in decades, not weeks. What the fuck? When you join a business model where most people lose money, you will very likely not think in decades. When you spent a lot of money on that new business opportunity and you're worried you might not get paid the next week, but you pump a lot of money into that system, then you think in days very likely. Grow into the person who can actually hold freedom. What is that supposed to mean? It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. That's why some people thrive here. No, the people who thrive are the people who join at a convenient time. They're good at selling. They have a certain amount of people maybe who follow them on social media. They are attractive. They're good at talking to other people, and they're willing and able to sell people on a business opportunity. They join them in that business opportunity, and then they're able to benefit off of the team they were able to build. Those are the people who thrive there. And why others never get past the surface? No, it's because the people who thrive there, they're at the top of that MLM pyramid, and there's simply not a lot of space for others. It's only a very limited small group of people who are able to thrive because the business model is set up like that. Only a few people are able to benefit to that degree, whereas the others join and they have to feed into the system. Then the money is getting funneled up to the people at the top who thrive there. That's it. It's not because they never get past the surface. It's because the spots at the top, they're already occupied. It's personal development with a compensation plan attached. That sounds horrible. It just means it's really, really pricey. And the compensation plans, what is the most important thing? Recruitment. It's not sales. And for the right person, that's the point. Share this if you're building seriously. Share it with someone who's ready to think differently. Well, I'm sharing this with you because I do think differently than this post, and I'm really serious about it. Let me know your thoughts. Another lengthy slideshow. I came to like them a lot. So hopefully you did like this short and quick and sweet video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. That way you will not miss out on further uploads. And if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, cheers!